what you feel, others feel, right? So if you're feeling romantically interested and you would like the person you're talking to feel romantically interested, then what you have to do is kind of not suppress your feelings, right? Like oftentimes we're kind of taught that expressing too much interest too soon is a bad thing. Um, that it makes you vulnerable. It can lead to you putting yourself out there, which can lead to a kind of a big rejection. But I feel like, though, of course, the better way to think of it, or an alternative way to think of it, which I feel is more useful in these situations, is to think that what you feel, others will feel as well, right? And if they don't feel it, then oftentimes they don't keep talking to you. They're like, oh, this person's on something different than what I'm on. They make their way. And really, if you're talking to someone and you think you're interested, not sure if they are, the sooner that you find out yes or no, the better. Because if yes, then you all get to start from that shared place of, hey, we're both in this even sooner. And if no, then you realize it sooner and get to move on to someone else who does that much more quickly. So, one, that's like even a small tidbit there. Don't think of someone not liking you as a failure. Maybe it's just you all don't have chemistry or it wasn't a good match, or hey, it's a good thing because now it means you can spend your time, more of your time with someone who would really like you, who would really appreciate your company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, back to what I was saying about what you feel, others feel, right? When I went out Friday in particular, talked with kind of a couple different women that I was evaluating, right, romantically, let's say. Um, One of them, I, expressed this interest verbally and I feel like non-verbally as well, with just my tone and everything else. Throughout the course of the night and kind of into the next day, she mentioned several times, or she asked me several times, like, what are you thinking about right now? And my response would be often like, I'm thinking about you and something, right? The something would be actual words, but I hope that with that little hint, that little change in tone, that little change in timing and rhythm of kind of what I'm saying, speaking a little bit softer, bringing it in a little bit closer, that it set a little bit different mood, right? And I feel like she kept asking me that several times in the hopes that I would keep kind of breaking into this separate mood and kind of spiking things a little bit, right? And when I'm doing that, what I'm essentially feeling and thinking like is, um, hey, I'm into you, and I'm expressing that, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like that's like the inner dialogue essentially behind whatever words I end up saying. And I think that is really what she picked up on and what she responded to, right? So I think in the past, and many guys would think and would have thought, don't do something like that until you know that she's attracted to you. Otherwise, it could come off as kind of weird. Um, and that's true. If you are not calibrated, and I wouldn't say like the things I've done are really too overt, but there's certainly potential where you could do something more overt, it gets taken the wrong way, and there's a very strong negative reaction. That's always a possibility, really, with you just like trying to talk to anyone. So I don't know if that should be like too big a thing by itself, but um, it's a possibility. But like the thing I want to stress here is that I do not believe it is the right mindset to think that you have to wait for her to be attracted to then do something like that where you're telegraphing your attraction to her and for her. I think instead, the right way to think about this, and I feel like what I saw an example of and learned a bit this weekend, is that when you can kind of demonstrate this interest first, it helps her get there, right? When I could you know, showcase that interest and that intent and that, you know, romantic side, let's call it. Wink, 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 romantic side. Um, that when I could showcase that, it helped her kind of feel that same energy as well, to feel that same romance as well, to feel those same vibes. So people pick up what you put out, and if you want to lead them somewhere, then maybe you can put down things that you want them to pick up, right? It's that sort of thing. So you have to play with this. You'll have to certainly calibrate it. I will as well. Um, but like for me, this is big. This is like an epiphany. And I feel like the way it was received, the way I was received, was very, very different because of this kind of one change, one little tweak that I made. And so I hope that you all will kind of hear this as I'm saying it, as I'm explaining it, and be able to kind of play with it yourself in order to learn what's the right calibration and to get out there and be successful and you be the best version of yourself. So take care. Check out these other videos I got coming up because you know they're gonna be good. Don't miss out.